You sound like shit and we all hate you.
You sound like shit. We all hate you and you're fired.
You're fired.
Wait, I'm fired? Does that mean I don't have to do the pod anymore?
You wish.
But you just fired me, so...
Well, make sense of it.
We're not talking to you. You don't sound like shit.
Figure it out, Grace. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't sound like shit, and we don't hate you, and you're not fired.
You're not fired. You can't...
You want to be fired so damn bad.
You want to be fired
I do.
so damn
I do want to
bad.
be fired. I do.
I've seen them come, I've watched them go, watched them rise, witnessed it and watched them blow. Watched them all blossom and watched them grow. Watched the lawsuits when they lost their dough.
Hello, and welcome to Who Watches Watching the Detectives, a weekly podcast which is unlike any other on the internet.
Experts say we're the most Polish podcast in the world.
I don't know if that's true.
My name is Eleanor,
I'm Summer.
And I'm Grace?
and we're on a mission to watch the 2007 romantic comedy, Watching the Detectives 100 times. Today's episode is week 26. We're halfway through the first year.
That's fucking terrifying.
The first thing I want to know is, how is everybody's watch this week?
Bad.
My watch this week was not very good. I can't lie about that at all.
Scary and bad.
I had the weight of knowing that I'm 6 months older and 6 months into watching this movie with about 18 months to go was, it weighed heavily on my heart this week.
This week, I watched some sort of hellish, fake version of the movie. I don't really know how to describe what I went through. I think from, Thursday to Saturday, I just went through, a crazy bout of total exhaustion. And so when it came time to watch the movie, it was very odd. I was very tired, and I was fighting to stay awake the entire time. But I did. I think.
Who knows? You could have dreamt, and that's why you were in the weird Bizarro detective.
But no, because from the very beginning, it was very bizarro. Everything felt wrong.
He actually shot the customer. It was really... There was blood.
It felt like I was watching, the outtakes, the failed takes, instead of the actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
All of the dialogue felt wrong. The delivery was really... It felt like evil and bad.
Yeah.
I think you were having a dissociative episode.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Not the first time that has happened to you on the pod.
But the worst time.
Right.
This movie, it does that to people.
The experience that I had when I watched, Inland Empire... And what was that other movie we watched that I said was just, evil?
You say it a lot, so it's hard to narrow it down.
But no, there's another movie that we had watched together that I said this movie's fundamentally fucking evil.
Yeah. Recently.
Oh, it's Skinamarink.
Skinamarink, yeah.
I had a Skinamarink experience. Inland Empire Skinamarink experience this week, and it was scary. I did not feel good. I fell asleep almost immediately after my watch was done. And I woke up and I did not feel rested.
Did you have any Watching the Detectives dreams?
No, I've only had one dream recently.
Has anybody here had a Watching the Detectives dream yet?
Not that I can recall, but I do not remember my dreams.
Okay.
Very often.
I feel like you would remember.
Sometimes I think, so I've been having this I've told you guys about the Salad Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the uninitiated, I've been having this dream reoccurring recently where I'm at a restaurant and a man with a really refined mustache comes to my tableside and he makes me a tableside Caesar salad and he shows me all the ingredients. So he'll hold up a pepper mill and he'll just hold it up Vanna White style for a really long time. And I go, yes. And then he adds it to the salad. Anyway, there's sometimes when the dream starts that I think I'm in the restaurant from Watching the Detectives.
Right. Is it Ferris Bueller's Day Off or the Blues Brothers?
No, it's
now that I'm saying that, could be the same restaurant.
So true. It's Goodfellas.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Which is the vibe of the Watching the Detectives restaurant.
Yeah. I'm in a padded booth in the back corner.
Which is, by the way, an insane name for a restaurant. That is
It's got a light size.
like a David Lynch You're in Limbo restaurant.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
$50 at Lightsides is
A David Lynch short film.
yeah.
Shout out David.
We love you, David.
I'm glad you had such a great time, Grace.
Yeah, so I was in hell. Eleanor, how was your watch?
I wish I could say it was as bad as my co-hosts. I feel like there's something wrong with me.
Well, we know that.
You gave this watch 5 stars,
I
Eleanor.
like this movie. I had a great time.
I think you're crazy.
I don't know. I wish I was lying. I wish this was a bit. I wish every time I was watching it, I'm like, I should be miserable. I should not like this.
Let me say, I would like to say, I don't dislike this movie.
The act of watching the movie for the 26th time should be painful.
Yes.
I shouldn't like this. But it's fine. I'm like, this is okay. This is gonna end soon. I don't mind this. And I'm engaged with the plot. I'm scheming. I'm like, this is great. I have notes. I wrote so much I had to split it between 2 Discord messages.
That's crazy.
On my
Oh my God.
in my Discord. I have a private Discord where I send all my lyric ideas.
And now your pod notes.
Yeah. I have to scroll to see everything I wrote. I'll send it when I'm done.
I'm so scared. I want to read it. I'm interested.
This is horrifying.
I do have a note I want to talk about if we're done with
We're not
Oh,
because Grace, you have to tell us.
What?
Week 26. How big our
it's not
baby?
changed.
Our baby's same size last week.
Let me double check just to make sure. But I'm about
Just because the baby the same size, we don't just skip the segment.
my
We have to
God.
acknowledge what's going on here.
our baby papaya.
Okay, our baby's still
Baby
papaya
papaya.
size. We've talked about our experiences. We've talked about the baby.
Can I just say, this experience of how big our baby podcast baby,
Yeah.
really puts into perspective like the miracle of birth.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's amazing?
Do you think we should do something special for week 40?
We have to.
When our baby's
We'll
born?
have we should have a baby shower like week 33.
Oh my God, we should.
I feel like that's a little what's the word? Self-absorbed, self-gratifying. Guys, we've made it to week 33. Let's not talk about
Come
the
to our
movie.
baby shower.
Let's celebrate the pod.
Yeah.
It's not the pod, it's our baby.
I think we should celebrate the pod every week. It's our baby, our communal baby.
The pod.
Yeah.
I would like to suggest a new segment.
Okay.
Oh God.
We have a lot of segments, but
Because this worked out so well with our 2-week-long poetry corner stint.
Because we mentioned it last week. We mentioned, or I mentioned at least, the movies that we watched during the week really impact the quality
Okay,
of
sure.
the watch. And I think we should have
I like this.
We watched Wrapped, where we just go over very briefly what we watched during the week.
Sure thing.
This was,
Perfect
this
week.
was a busy week.
What a perfect
It
week
was
to
a
do
busy
this.
week.
We watched a lot of movies.
On the weekend, I watched Disclosure Day in theaters. It was bad.
Mhm.
We watched Romeo and Juliet.
Followed
It was bad.
immediately by Sherlock Gnomes.
Gnomes.
I fell asleep for Sherlock Gnomes, you guys.
I watched, without you guys, I watched Best in Show and the SpongeBob movie.
I watched Blackberry.
Shout
Eleanor
out.
and I watched The Nice Guys,
Pretty good.
which was really good.
While they were watching The Nice Guys, I was watching SpongeBob the movie.
And we watched Jackass 1 and 2. Jackass the
Yes.
movie and Jackass number 2.
And then I saw Jackass Best in Last in theaters.
And how do you think that shaped your viewing this week?
I think that I would have rather been watching Jackass 3D.
And Summer?
Yeah, I think fresh off a double Jackass,
We should have
Kind of.
finished them.
we should have. It kind of soured my mood because I was like, I could be with my friends watching a guy shit in a toilet.
A teeny tiny little toilet.
A teeny
in a
tiny
real
little toilet.
store.
Oh, that
Oh,
one.
a
Yeah.
normal sized
Real
toilet, yeah.
store.
No, that's in 2, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
2.
We
Yeah.
haven't even gotten...
And-
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like the double header of Romeo and Juliet and Sherlock Gnomes may have colored my experience a little bit, and maybe that's
You've
why.
appreciated film
Maybe
more.
that's what. No, that's why I gave watching the detectives a 5. It elevated my mood.
Okay.
It put me in a
Yeah.
headspace where I'm just full of joy.
I don't really know what happened.
I can't say
with
the same for
Romeo and
you.
Juliet. I was at work and I texted my lovely friends and I said, "Do you guys want to watch Romeo and Juliet?"
What did I
And
say?
everyone said, Everyone said you're disgusting.
No.
You
That's not
said
what everyone
we hate
said.
you.
No, we
Absolutely.
That's not what everyone
didn't
said,
say
Grace.
that.
Don't lie.
That was like the sentiment of the conversation.
No. Everyone
We
was
said
like,
we're worried about you.
Yes, we will watch Romeo and Juliet.
no, was very, very excited. And I said, you don't want to watch Romeo and Juliet.
I said, yes, I do. What did I give Romeo and Juliet? A 2-star.
And then I said, if we're watching the first one, we have to watch Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh yeah, and then I had beef with Sherlock Gnomes because it completely disrespects the Romeo and Juliet. Fucking
Again, I don't think
continuity.
it does. And I think we have
They
to.
get married. They
We-
get married at the end of Romeo and Juliet.
Grace.
I think that's enough Romeo and Juliet talk. I just think this segment proves that we do watch other movies.
I don't need to
But-
prove.
Grace.
Let's not get too distracted.
I think you were not paying attention to the movie if you think if Sherlock Gnomes disrespects the Romeo and Juliet lore.
Talk to the hand, man. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so we have notes we want to get to.
Yeah.
So Grace, why
You
don't
have
you?
notes.
Grace has a note.
I have
so
notes.
Grace, share your note with us, and
I
then
want to talk about notes.
I will completely destroy your guys' world.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You're gonna get
Scared.
so mad at me once again.
Oh god.
I come with a piece of my heart on a platter. You slap it out of my hands and spit on me.
That is not what happened.
I have never done that.
Okay, Grace, share your note.
We all know the scene after the garage, like directly after the garage concert where they're in bed.
Yeah.
Why don't you get me a beer? And he smokes a cigarette like he's never had a cigarette before in his life.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This is not true.
What do you mean?
This is simply not true. Neil's smoking in the very first scene of the movie.
Right.
In the commercial.
when he's
In the commercial.
But that's not Neil. That's technically that's Neil, but that's Neil through a layer of artifice. He's playing a character.
That's Detective Bugger.
But don't you think that he should still have trouble smoking that cigarette?
He was very overwhelmed by the experience he just had.
Also, I don't think the reason he has trouble smoking that cigarette is because is this great, Grace? Doesn't this make you feel good? I don't think he has trouble smoking the cigarette because he's never smoked a cigarette before. I think it's because he's talking and doing a voice while he's holding it in, and that's why he
He's
coughs.
also like laying down.
Yeah,
True.
there's
This
a
is
lot
very
of
true.
reasons.
There's
I-
a lot of layers to this.
I'm sorry. I thought I had a big discovery here.
I have another note pertaining to the ad. So you guys, I've mentioned previously that this is not the note that I wanted to get to, but this is a discovery I made. We've talked previously where Neil whistles along to the soundtrack twice, right?
Yeah.
The first time when he's coming downstairs to watch the softball movie while holding the bat, he whistles along to the soundtrack. The second time is when he's trimming his nails and before he swigs the mouthwash and spits it back into the bottle. That's the second time he whistles along. His gumshoe ad has a soundtrack identical to the movie soundtrack.
Wait. Oh my god.
That's all I'll say.
So
That's all I'll say. I'm gonna save this. I'm putting together a theory. I'm gathering intel.
I don't.
Another thing I wanted to talk about is Marcia and Buddy with Emerson. They talked to Neil after the ad party. They're like, "Oh, Denise didn't show up." And then Neil's like, "Yeah, I guess she thought it was stupid or something." And then Marcia's like, "No." But Marcia absolutely thinks this whole thing is stupid too. She's just
Absolutely.
mad that she had to show up when Denise skipped the event.
I respect that. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think he paid Denise to be in the ad?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. He has no
He
money.
can't even buy new uniforms for the softball team.
The other teams are laughing at them.
He can't keep supporting Monday nights at the club, man.
Yep.
He's taking a bath.
He's taking a
Take a
bath on
wash?
this whole thing. No, that's Jonathan.
Someone's taking a bath.
Jonathan's
They're both
taking a
taking
bath,
a bath.
on the whole thing.
See, this is actually a reference to later in the movie when Neil takes a bath.
Neil takes a bath.
Before he kills himself, right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's actually during him killing himself.
Well, he dies, and the moments before his death, his body floods his brain with DMT, and he
Hey.
hallucinates
Yeah,
Violet
so
showing up with a
did you
box of
guys,
chocolates.
like-
The brain dolphin.
Did you guys like meet up to discuss this? Hey,
We
so
meet up all the time. We talk to each other every day.
Every day.
So- Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay,
Listen, we're like this. Our souls are linked.
so here's
I
the thing.
know.
Get
Here's
it?
the
And it's
big
hurtful.
segment for today. We've talked before, and I've mentioned previously on multiple different episodes about the timeline this movie takes place on.
Uh-huh.
We've established that their first date is on a Tuesday, and then we know that on Mondays Jonathan has a live band performing at his bar.
Yeah.
I went through the course of this movie and I plotted out what I think to be the timeline of events. All right. So I went day by day and I used process of elimination and I looked at the outfits that everybody or that Neil and some of the other characters were wearing.
Sure.
And I tried to differentiate based on time of day and just the logical procession of events when everything took place. So I'm just going to run through the notes I have, and you guys can tell me if you agree or more likely how much you disagree.
You should be a little more optimistic, Eleanor.
I'm just being realistic, okay? I know how you guys treat me. We've established that Tuesday is the first date.
Yeah.
And I have no real reason to believe this, but I believe that Neil breaks up with Denise on Monday, the day before.
Do you think he's bouncing back that fast?
I think he's bouncing back that fast.
I believe it.
I don't think he was upset about Denise.
No.
I think he wanted to break up with Denise.
No, he went in one. Yeah, I'm okay with this.
And,
I'm okay
and
with
we
this.
don't really know when the ad happens.
ad party?
The ad party happens. Maybe that happened on Sunday. And the next day he
I'm
goes
gonna
up and breaks up with Denise.
I think a weekend ad party makes sense, like a Saturday night.
The issue
Yeah, but they don't even mention the party at like lunch.
So you'll see, you're right. So that's the thing. I don't know. And the thing is, you'll notice, I'll get to it later. Neil's not wearing a costume at this ad party, so I don't think it is Sunday.
Why would
I'll get to that. I have reasons to believe this, okay?
what does Sunday? I'm so
I'll get to that. Hold your horses, okay? Allow me to proceed through this chronologically.
No, yeah, go ahead.
We're on
Go ahead, go.
Tuesday. They go through the date. It's nighttime. They have the goodnight kiss. The next day, he's shooting hoops with Jonathan. That's a Wednesday.
Wednesday is for hoops, obviously.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a thing they do every Wednesday but they're talking about, he's giving a debrief on this date. So obviously that's the next day.
Yeah.
We must assume then that the detective interrogation takes place no sooner than Thursday, given the fact that they refer to it as Tuesday night rather than yesterday. How do we feel about that?
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And Neil stalks Violet the same day as the interrogation, and it goes from day to night, or it goes from daytime to nighttime, where we see the projection globe and they have sex, right?
Yes.
So that's still Thursday.
Yeah, sure.
And then in the next morning, or the pool hopping scene is after sex, and it's the morning. So we assume that that's a Friday. And we don't have a clear way of knowing whether the pool hopping scene and the park picnic plunder occur on the same day. But given that Marcia, Buddy, Neil, Violet, and the Frisbee couple are all going to the park, that it must be a weekend. So I'm going to say that that's Saturday.
All of the and
I wouldn't say that just because they're going to the park it means
Yeah.
it's a weekend, because they fuck around all the time.
yeah, and I was gonna say Gumshoe isn't like an office; it's like a retail store.
Right,
So they
but there's a
could be
lot.
open on the
It's
weekend.
not just Neil though. It's the Frisbee couple. There are people in the background. It's a populated park. I
I
mean,
also-
That's true.
I don't want to. I'm not discounting your timeline here.
okay.
But I do want to say you're taking a lot of liberty in not estimating that there's like a couple days in between all these events.
Well, I'll get to that, Grace. I'll get to that, and I have a reason for this. Okay.
Because I feel like specifically though, I mean like the pool hopping montage. Like I feel like that could be like
Well, no, because I'll get to this. Okay.
okay.
Pissfoot Sports Bet has to happen the next day because they're wearing different outfits, and they talk about the events as if it was in the past. And according to Google, the NBA games are played daily throughout the regular season with heavy concentrations on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and all-day matchups on Sundays.
Oh.
From the importance of the big game, we must assume that the graveyard date is on a Sunday.
Okay.
Are you on board?
Yeah.
We've previously established that Jonathan has live music at the bar on Mondays, which is where we see Violet feed the beer to the pianist, right?
Yeah. Mondays.
And here's where things get interesting. And you've expressed this before, Grace. The driveway concert takes place on a different day,
Yeah.
the next day, a Tuesday.
I see.
Again, that's a lot of liberty.
Meaning Wednesday morning, Neil wakes up to see two bald men, goes to work and sees a third at the store. The Jerry Lewis one night only screening with Baldy number 4 takes place at night. So while it's up in the air, it's safe to assume that it takes place on Wednesday night.
I suppose so.
But the thing is, he's not wearing the same outfit in the Dennis scene, despite the fact that it is later in the night compared to the Jerry Lewis scene. So I have to infer that that takes place on Thursday.
Okay.
Right? Are we everybody following?
I'm with you. Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is the crux of it, Grace. Violet refers to Neil stalking her earlier in the movie as just the other day. Thursday
Okay.
to Thursday.
I can take that.
It's a stretch, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I just think the course of their relationship is so concerning.
Right.
The speed in which everything happens is so scary.
Besides, you
And I just,
you
for my
followed me
own
home
mental...
just the other day. 7 days is a long time for just the other day,
This is true.
but it's
But it's the longest I would accept just the other day.
right, and it's
Yeah.
there, and because of that, I have to assume that every event takes place in a subsequent day, because if there's any
Yeah.
longer, then just the other day doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Japanese deathmatch anime has to take place on a Friday, given it's daytime. Can't take place on the same day as when Neil tosses his jacket with the VHS tape at Dennis. And Neil is wearing a different outfit when he runs into Denise again, meaning it can't be Friday, so a Saturday. And here's where things get interesting, is because when we see Neil hallucinate Violet being in his closet via the cardboard cutout, he's wearing the same outfit as the Japanese deathmatch anime scene. And he's wearing the same shirt in the so boring Ernest Goes to Camp scene that he's wearing when he runs into Denise. So I posit this. We have 2 different outfits across 4 scenes, meaning Japanese deathmatch anime and cardboard cutout hallucination take place on the same day, the latter at night, the former during the day. So they alternate.
Yeah.
So it's a little
And I think the Denise scene is like him going to get lunch.
right. So the Japanese deathmatch anime and cardboard cutout hallucination take place on Friday. The Denise encounter and So Boring takes place on Saturday. Saturday night, he calls Violet. Sunday night, he wears the cowboy costume.
1 week from the war costume.
Precisely. Here's the thing that supports it, and here's the wrench. Neil is wearing the camo costume and the cowboy costumes on Sundays, which would make sense that he runs special deals on Sundays.
Well, when does he wear the prisoner costume?
The wrench is that the date night at Light Sites takes place on a Tuesday and Neil is wearing the prison costume, which is a little confusing, but I don't see why Neil can't just randomly decide to have a prison special on a Tuesday.
But I think it makes more sense that they're consistently on the same day of the week. I don't think it really throws that big of a wrench if the date is on Tuesday though.
Date's on Tuesday.
Definitively. And he wears the prison costume
War
definitively. on
special
Tuesday.
camo costume is on a Sunday. Cowboy costume is on a Sunday.
It's very interesting.
I was just gonna say something so pessimistic and mean. I was just gonna go, does it even freaking matter?
On Monday,
Of course it matters.
matter.
right? Great. So you say you never spit on me. You're like,
I'm
what the
not
fuck
spitting
are
on
we
you.
doing? Listen, okay, so it's harder to
This
place
is-
the softball scene given that we never see him play softball. It's during the day when he was at work on Monday, so it can't be. So the softball scene can't be the same day that he gets his cut from Violet and they break up and he's crying with Lucian. That would be Monday, the day after the cowboy costume, right?
Mhm.
So Sunday is the scene where he's wearing the cowboy costume. He goes to the underground blackjack. You know, every time we talk about it, I want to say arena, but it's not arena.
It's a club.
Club,
The underground blackjack arena is really funny though.
right? That's why I really want to say it every time. So that's Sunday. He robs them, and then Monday he gets his cut. They break up. He cries at work with Lucian. I don't think that the softball scene takes place on Monday. So, but I'm somewhat confident that it's a Tuesday, unless he's been crying hysterically for a week, which I wouldn't put past him, low-key.
Yeah.
That's fair. Could be
Very,
any
very-
amount of time.
And so The last scene of the movie is Wednesday. He commits to killing himself only to be stopped by Violet.
Again, hey, so
This is a beautiful timeline.
your timeline is great, and I don't disagree with it. But hey, so again, when did we decide that he kills himself?
What else is he doing?
He's drowning himself in the tub.
I don't want to.
He sinks beneath the water and he stares up at the ceiling.
I don't want to get. I don't want to be contrarian.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
No,
He
I'm
got
just
broken
gonna.
up with
I'm
3
putting up,
agonizing days ago, and
I'm putting on my raincoat.
like an anti-Jesus, after 3 days, he descends to hell.
You can start to spit on me now. I'm ready.
No, I don't want to spit. Stop saying that. I don't want to spit on you.
She's buttoning it up. She's buttoning it up. It's zipped. It's also Velcroed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna spit on you.
It's on so securely. The hood is on,
Go ahead.
tucked way down.
Go ahead. I'm braced.
No.
I can take it.
You shouldn't have to, you angel.
But that's
Summer, you do it too.
so that's my timeline. That's all I have. Those are all the scenes in the movie. We can safely assume that it goes from Monday to Wednesday the week after.
That's
Sure.
crazy.
Their entire relationship spans like 9 days.
Oh my god.
Awful.
Horrifying.
You guys, we got segments to get through.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Quote that movie.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Quote that movie right.
Ba-da-ba.
No, you can't. There's no.
Movie
Quote.
quoting time
I love
It's
talking over
time.
your intros.
for everybody's favorite segment of the podcast where we quote our favorite quotes from this movie this week. Who wants to go first?
I want to go first.
All right, Summer.
Go first.
Lead the
It's the
charge.
same goddamn thing, Glenn!
It's the same goddamn thing, Glenn. It's a great quote.
Every Glenn and Andy quote, I think, is like Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame
They're
quote.
all
They're so
5
fucking funny.
stars.
They don't have. There's not a wasted word between them.
And like, it's so nice too, because I think we've talked about it. Like, that scene is like a refreshing point in the movie
Uh
where like I get like a second wind every time. And I don't know if it's because I'm excited to see them or if it's just because it's better.
huh.
Eleanor, what's your quote of the week?
Gumshoe video. If we don't have it, we'll hit the pavement looking for it.
We'll hit the pavement looking for it.
So you have one of the first lines in the movie.
Yeah, but I love it. Especially Neil's delivery. Gumshoe video. If we don't have it, we'll hit the pavement looking
the
for
pavement
it.
looking for it. I picked the last line in the movie.
Okay.
My favorite quote of the movie this week is Graceland.
Graceland? That's not the last line of the movie, but it's close.
Well, it's close.
It's
Solely
not.
because they say that, and I go, "Oh my god, it's over."
Oh my god. We
Not,
did
though.
it.
It's like basically, well, because that's where the audio cuts
The
out.
whole Bonnie and Clyde. They don't even say Graceland.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, they do. She does.
I feel like
There's like it's close up on her face, and
I
she
feel
goes,
like
Graceland?
the audio cuts out before she says Graceland.
Well, yeah, but every version I've watched of it in the last couple of weeks, it doesn't cut out. Shut up. Let me have this.
I watched a non-cut out but censored version this week.
The version I watched this week, all of the cleavage was blurred out,
Oh my god.
and especially on the poster,
That feels weird.
if there was blood or the hint of blood, they put a big they removed the color. So there's a picture or a poster of a magazine, like a magazine cover in the background that has like a bloody woman on it. They gray it out. And then
Oh my god.
the scene where Neil takes his jacket off and throws it at Dennis. We don't even see blood, but they put gray on Dennis before she puts
That's really
before they
funny.
put the band-aid
That's so
on
funny.
his face.
That's so much
I
work.
love-
I know,
yeah.
right?
Can we do that to like the Jackass movies? Can we go back?
I don't think we can.
Just cut out the entire movie.
It's an entirely different movie.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, exactly. Very nice.
Easy. Speed run.
Yeah, you can
Bring
come
them in. Bring them in.
Everybody say hi
Get
to,
it over
to
with.
one true
All
pair.
right. Get
I
on
want
in
to
here.
repair.
Have a seat.
you.
You can have a seat next to me on the couch.
One true pair parked in my parking spot last week, and I'm
Listen,
still really not.
We don't have a lot of parking spots, and he doesn't have the income to pay for the validation.
We validate it.
Yeah, but sometimes we don't, and especially if he parks in the wrong
my
spot.
God. We have a guest spot.
Sometimes people
Listen.
park in his spot, Grace. I don't know what to tell
He
you.
parks, so he doesn't need to park
One
in my
true
spot.
pair is visually impaired.
How is
okay? It's
how is
hard
one true pair?
for them to see the
One true
spot.
pair-
How is one true pair getting to the studio before you, Grace?
One true pair's giant fucking lifted pickup.
How is one true pair getting to fucking Who Watches Studio before you?
One true
how
pair is
about
here before
you
are.
show up to work on time, Grace?
One true pair is here before you are, and you know it.
Yeah, but he
True pair is
doesn't park in
okay.
my spot.
It's okay.
Because he hates me!
Okay.
It's okay. I'm feeding one
You
true pair
hate
sugar
him.
cubes like a scared horse.
You hate him.
Why?
My one true
do.
pair. My one true pair this week. My one true pair this week is Lucian and his pipe.
Yeah, you would.
I'm really scared for what this means for your sequel.
Grace, what's your one true pair this week?
Oh, me? My one true pair is home base umpire and third base umpire.
You've done that before.
No.
Have I?
I did that, and you got mad at me because you kept saying they were the same person.
What can I tell you? I also wrote in parentheses, clone theory? Yeah, bye, Eleanor.
Eleanor has gotten up and walked away from
Bye,
her desk.
Eleanor.
My one true pair, I wanted to go back to Old Faithful because I was really thinking about them this week. It's Glenn and Andy.
So true. Happy Pride, Glenn and Andy.
Happy Pride, Glenn and Andy.
Is this the last episode of Pride?
This is the last episode recorded during Pride. It will not air during Pride.
We should have gotten real gay with it.
We always get a little gay with it.
No, this will be the also. Oh yeah, this is the last episode record. Damn it, we should have gotten gay last week.
It's too late to get gay now. Eleanor's gone. I think she might have.
Does that mean?
Is she driving away? Is that?
Does that
oh my
mean
god!
we-
She's in one true pair's lifted pickup.
Giant lifted pickup with LED headlights.
But she's supposed to do the sequel this week and the game show.
Does that mean we don't have to do it? Does that mean we don't have to do the sequel?
My game shows what?
Your
brain
brain knows.
Don't
That's
ask it
right.
again.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment of the podcast, especially my hosts.
I thought you said the quote was everyone's favorite segment.
Well, you guys,
Yeah, it's quote of the week.
there's a lot of different fans of this show.
All
But
four
it's
of them.
hippie. Everyone.
So, last week we left off on Check on Cat Lady, I think.
Yeah, basketball game tomorrow.
I got
I'm
point guard.
No, he is point guard. He's got shoe game.
So let's get through this, okay? What scene follows Check on Cat Lady?
The
The
graveyard?
infamous graveyard scene.
Absolutely, and what did I call it?
Doctor's orders.
Graveyard goo.
Graveyard you.
I'm not on it today, guys.
I called it nude hang gliding.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What follows nude hang gliding?
This is usually, the graveyard scene usually knocks me out. It's like 10 Benadryl. So
I immediately forget whatever precedes it, or not proceeds it, I guess.
I feel like it's back to Gumshoe again.
Oh, it's not piss on your foot, right? We already did
No,
that.
we've already
No,
done
piss on your foot is before the date.
Yeah.
It is.
What the hell happens after that scene? Is it Japanese deathmatch anime? No, because they don't break up.
Is it the bar?
It is the bar scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did I call the bar scene?
Bar scene is.
Baltimore Jacks. No, you didn't call it that because that's too straightforward.
The last one was nude hang gliding.
Yeah.
I think it's called The Drummer from Tard.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that. That's a movie title. The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I'm gonna go with. I feel like you might have called it Minotaur's horse head.
Nope. It's called Murder Mondays.
What
What follows Murder Mondays?
Concert.
Absolutely.
concert.
What did I call it?
Death of.
Well-dressed
Well-dressed
man on the pyre.
I called it Bawling Musicians.
Oh.
What follows Bawling Musicians?
Why don't you go get me a beer?
Okay. I mean, yeah, that is the scene, yeah. Is that what you think I
Oh,
called
you
it?
have that separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would call it
Well, okay, so you'll see. But yeah, I do have it separate.
like Violet's dating history or something.
I think that
I'm
would
sorry. I feel
be-
bad. I'm like so low energy. I'm so tired.
Musician flashback.
Called Bad Trip.
I see.
Okay.
What
I think
follows?
I've only ever gotten close on one of these.
You've gotten close a couple times. You've been like a word away once or twice. What follows Bad Trip?
Bald man hallucination.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Grace, what would you call this?
Bald plants.
Summer, do you want to go with bald man or bald hallucination or?
I think it has to do with Gay Steve. I really think it has to do with Gay Steve.
Steve from Wyoming.
Okay, so that is a separate scene. I have them split because they're different locations.
I see. Well, then this is
So this is like Neil.
This is Neil on his front porch.
Bald man hallucination.
I called it Bald Brigade.
The Brigade is really good, actually.
And then we've established that Gay Steve.
Yeah. Pride Month.
Okay, you want to call it Pride Month?
No. I'm gonna call it Wyoming Pride.
Okay. Summer?
Pride Oming.
Pride Omen is good.
Gay Steve gets away.
Oh, we're so close. It's Gay Steve from Wyoming. But from Wyoming is in parentheses.
You piece of shit.
Okay. I'll do one more. I'll give you a treat. What's the next scene? What's after Gay Steve parentheses from Wyoming?
The Jerry Lewis
It's the
Film
movie
Festival.
theater.
Absolutely. What would you guys call that scene? Our favorite scene.
Making a salad.
Absolutely.
Salad tossing.
I called it Jerry Lewis salad slur.
I was gonna say Polish salad. Jerry Lewis salad slur rules.
Thank you. Okay, so I believe we have one more segment of the pod.
We have one more
Yeah.
segment, and it's all on your shoulders today, Eleanor.
Sequels to listeners. Sequels to listeners. Get into it. Get into it. Why am I ever gonna say it at the same time as you guys?
I don't know. I think that's up to you, Grace. We follow the events of the first movie. Couple months. 2008. The bombs are dropping.
What? What?
America is at war. And Neil gets drafted.
Oh my
What's
god.
war? Is Iraq?
No, not an actual war, Grace. This is a fictional war, okay?
Okay, I'm just making sure. My
He
God.
actually did also fight in Iraq. He just didn't mention
He's a
it.
veteran. Thank you for your service, Neil Lewis.
Neil gets
Fuck
drafted.
you for your service, Neil Lewis.
And I know you guys, you hate me every time I do it, but it's just good visual shorthand. We're pulling a little bit from some of the greater war movies of all time. Okay, not explicitly a one for one, but we follow Neil through boot camp. We meet a couple cast of characters.
Oh, yes.
Is this a Spice World poll?
What?
When the Space Girls go to boot camp?
Okay, similar.
This is Full Metal Jacket.
It's
Oh, you guys watched that without me. I
Full
missed
Metal
out.
Jacket or I think
Spice World.
Jarhead
It's okay, you
also
can say
has a
it.
little bit of boot camp in
I've
it.
been wanting to watch Jarhead.
I've heard really good things. I haven't seen it personally, but yeah. So
YouTube
we
keeps
follow Neil
recommending
through
me a
war.
video essay about
He
it.
goes to boot camp. We meet new people. He gets deployed.
Is he a journalist?
No. He's
No,
just
he's a
just a
soldier,
soldier.
he's
man.
just a soldier. He doesn't want to be there. He hears news. Lucian dies and war.
Oh my
What?
God!
You can't just have that as a footnote.
Lucian, we don't know. We don't see it happen. We hear about it. It's a very sad scene. And actually, that's when we stop following Neil at war, because we go through boot camp. He gets deployed. He's fighting. He's seeing combat. He hears the news. Lucian is dead. Cut to black. 6 months later, he's back home. He's a veteran.
Oh.
He's talking to Jonathan. Jonathan, he got injured in boot camp. He didn't get to go, and he feels horrible about it. I mean, he is
feels horrible.
heartbroken. The love of his life is dead.
He
And-
should have protected him.
And the rest of the movie is about, we follow Neil and Jonathan dealing with the grief of losing Lucian. Neil's trauma, his PTSD. It's very dark. It's hard. And we see that Neil doesn't find the adventure with Violet as exciting anymore.
This is so depressing.
It just reminds him of the time he was in combat, the lives, the friends he lost, the lives he took.
Can I say
She
something?
sets off fireworks in his bedroom at 2 a.m, and
He freaks out.
Oh no! Oh my god! Can I say something?
Absolutely.
I really like this sequel. I think it's like very poignant, and I think it is like a modern. Like this is a movie that Cillian Murphy would actually be in.
Yeah.
I think Neil would dodge the draft.
I think so too. Yeah.
So
he's fleeing to Canada.
I don't want to discount your really beautiful movie you've cooked up here because I really do like it. But Neil's not going to war. It's not happening. I hate to be contrarian, I really do, but we all know he's dodging the trap.
I tried.
He's got bone spurs.
It's gonna be like that scene in and he's
Oh my god.
spoilers for if you haven't seen it.
I might just bleep out the whole section. I think that'll be pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's like that scene. Yeah, I think that'd be really funny. No, like, I love this sequel. I don't want you to think that I'm just disagreeing with you.
Yeah, but you are.
But we all
At
know.
the end of the day, let's talk about the facts of the matter, right? I know intention is important, and believe me, I feel the intention in my heart, but I also feel the truth of what is actually happening, and it is once again, you're shooting down one of my beautiful, beautiful sequels.
I said it was good, and I said it should happen.
I think this might be your
I'm
best sequel
greenlighting your
yet,
sequel, you
Eleanor.
freak.
I'm really proud of you.
I'm greenlighting your sequel.
Okay.
I want us to all acknowledge the truth.
Okay, it's acknowledged.
I thought you were going to end it with Lucian had been held as a prisoner of war and that he wasn't actually dead, but
No.
he's just dead.
Lucian shows up in some terrifying political propaganda video.
No, we do see Lucian, but they're stress nightmares on the part of Neil.
This is just like the
Aw.
Peaky Blinders movie, kind of. Like, this is just all of Peaky Blinders.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen
I don't
Peaky
know.
Blinders.
It's a little, like, it's giving a little Tommy Shelby.
Okay,
But also, I haven't seen all of Peaky Blinders
that's
either.
just because
Association.
I'm getting that energy from Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Shelby is Neil Lewis's great-grandfather.
Yeah,
Well, we've established
Write that
that
down, write that down! He's not American!
he's not American because what is that accent?
He could
But
be
yeah.
French.
We've established that his father is Jerry Lewis. He's the illegitimate son of Jerry Lewis.
Absolutely.
So is Tommy Shelby Jerry Lewis's father?
We can
Is
trace
that
the
what we're
genealogy
saying?
in a future episode because right now I have one question, and one question only.
What could that be?
What's your question?
Who watches Watching the Detectives?
Could it,
I
for what?
No,
For once, do you
No.
think it could be someone else?
but Grace, I already said I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I know also, I guess.
Nobody knows?
No.
No.
Well, our loyal audience base.
Wait,
You're just gonna have-
hold on. Hold on, wait.
Oh shit!
Hey, hold
I
on.
was gonna give them the
Siri?
bad news
Oh,
about what.
I was gonna ask Claude.
Let's not.
Don't talk to Claude.
Let's not.
We're better than
My
that.
close personal friend.
This is a
Claude.
strict Gemini household.
Oh, really? Gemini.
No.
Gemini, who watches Watching the Detectives?
I don't know.
Fuck, Gemini doesn't know, we're screwed!
Well, audience, I guess you'll have to tell us in the comments down below who watches Watching the Detectives.
All I know is that you watched a podcast.
My name is Claude.
I'm Grok,
I'm Gemini.
and that's the Cillian Murphy sex chat bot.
No, it's not!
Play us out, Cillian.
Don't use AI.
Now, this is very special to me because in the early 2000s, I was in America and I wasn't really happy with the sort of work I was doing, and I wasn't really happy with my approach to acting, and everyone was like, "Man, you gotta watch Cassavetes," and like it was kind of embarrassing that I hadn't watched it by then. So I went out and I bought this collection